If someone told you that you could undo years of hidden damage inside your body without extreme diets, painful workouts, or expensive treatments, would you believe it? Most people over 40 assume feeling tired, stiff, or inflamed is just part of getting older. But the truth is, much of what you feel today comes from silent inflammation building up over years, and you can reverse far more of it than you think. If you're between 35 and 60, stay with me, because the next few minutes may help you feel lighter, stronger, and younger than you have in decades. Many people begin noticing changes around their mid-30s and early 40s that never bothered them before. Suddenly the joints feel a little tighter in the morning. Sleep isn't as refreshing as it used to be. Weight sticks to places it didn't stick before. Small aches show up after simple activities. What's really happening inside your body isn't aging, it's inflammation. After 35, the body's natural repair systems slow down. You break down faster than you rebuild, especially if you're stressed, eating fast food often, sitting too much, or not sleeping deeply. The inflammation that helped you heal quickly in your 20s starts lingering longer than it should. Every stressful day, every poor quality meal, every late night adds up like tiny scratches. 1 or 2 scratches don't matter, but years of scratches build into damage you can actually feel. Inflammation itself isn't bad, it's the body's alarm system. The problem begins when the alarm never shuts off. This always-on state affects your energy, your hormones, your digestion, your joints, your weight, and even your mood. That's why someone over 40 can do everything normally but still feel older than they expected. It's not just lifestyle, it's the accumulated inflammation that has been quietly building for years. And the best news is this: inflammation can be reversed. Your body has an incredible ability to bounce back, restore, and rebuild itself at any age when you give it the right conditions. Most people don't realize that even small improvements can cause big changes. When inflammation drops, your joints loosen, your energy rises, your sleep improves, your metabolism wakes up, and you start feeling more like the person you were 10, 15, or even 20 years ago. The key is understanding why inflammation rises in the first place. First, stress plays a huge role. When you're juggling work, family responsibilities, and the pressure of daily life, your stress hormones stay elevated. This triggers inflammation. After 40, the body becomes more sensitive to stress, meaning it reacts more quickly and takes longer to calm down. Second, food choices matter more than ever. The same foods that barely affected you in your 20s start hitting harder in your 40s because digestion slows down, blood sugar becomes more sensitive, and the body becomes less tolerant of processed oils and sugars. These foods don't just upset your stomach, they trigger inflammation all over your body. Third, lack of movement stiffens the body in a way that increases inflammation. Sitting for long hours tightens the hips, weakens the core, slows circulation, and builds pressure in the joints. Over time, this becomes constant inflammation that feels like body heaviness, stiffness, and fatigue. Fourth, sleep becomes one of the strongest influencers of inflammation. When you don't sleep deeply enough, your body loses its opportunity to repair from the day. One bad night can elevate inflammation. Years of poor sleep can make you feel a decade older. But here's the encouraging part. Your body is constantly trying to heal you. Every night, every breath, every moment, your system wants to repair the hidden damage. It just needs the right environment. When you lower inflammation through consistent small habits, the results compound. You don't need perfection. You don't need to overhaul your life. You only need steady, simple changes. Every improvement, even tiny ones, brings down inflammation and lets your body reset in ways you can feel. Think about this. In the same way that years of poor habits created inflammation, years of small positive habits can erase it. You can absolutely reclaim mobility, energy, and strength. You can restore your natural rhythm. You can reduce stiffness and discomfort. And most importantly, you can age in a way that feels powerful, confident, and in control. You're not too late. In fact, this is the perfect time to begin because your body is incredibly responsive in your 40s and 50s. You simply need the right guidance. In the next parts of this script, you'll learn exactly how to start reversing inflammation, starting today. You'll understand the foods that help your body heal, the habits that make inflammation worse without you realizing it, and the simple daily practices that can bring balance back into your life even if you're busy. By the end, you'll have a clear roadmap to begin undoing years of hidden stress and damage one day at a time. One of the biggest reasons inflammation becomes such a problem after 40 is that our bodies no longer bounce back from daily strain the way they used to. In your 20s, you could eat almost anything, stay up late, push through long work days, and still recover quickly. But by the time you hit your mid-30s and 40s, your system becomes more sensitive. Your joints respond differently, your energy shifts, your digestion reacts faster. Even stress begins affecting your body in ways you did not notice before. The good news is that this sensitivity works both ways. Once you start giving your body better inputs, better food, better rest, better movement, the positive effects show up faster too. Inflammation also rises because of something most people don't think about: accumulation. Every stressful day, every poor quality meal, every night with shallow sleep, every long sitting session adds a tiny bit of strain. 1 or 2 days don't matter, but years of these patterns build into stiffness, swelling, bloating, weight gain, foggy thinking, and low energy. You're not falling apart. You're simply carrying years of hidden load. And that load can be reduced layer by layer once you understand what feeds it and what clears it. Let's break down what actually causes inflammation in simple language. First is diet. Many everyday foods in the modern American diet create inflammation without people knowing it. Highly processed oils, sugary snacks, refined carbs, and foods loaded with chemicals force your body to work overtime. As you cross 40, these foods no longer pass through easily. Instead, they trigger internal alarms that keep your system on edge. This is why some people feel puffy, achy, or unusually tired after certain meals, even though they didn't notice these effects when they were younger. Second is stress. And this is a big one. Stress hormones directly increase inflammation. If you're busy American balancing work, family bills, deadlines, phone notifications, commitments, and constant pressure, your nervous system stays activated all day. After 35, your stress tolerance lowers. The same situations that once felt manageable now feel heavier. When your body stays in this stress state, inflammation rises and stays up, affecting everything from your mood to your back muscles to your sleep. Third is inactivity. A lot of inflammation in people between 35 and 60 comes from one thing: sitting too much. Long work hours, driving, computer time, and couch time tighten the hips, weaken the core, slow down circulation, and stiffen the spine. When your muscles stop supporting your joints take the pressure. And pressure equals inflammation. This is why people in their 40s start noticing stiffness when getting out of bed or standing after sitting. It's not age, it's the buildup of inactivity. Fourth is sleep. Most people underestimate how powerful sleep is for inflammation control. While you sleep, your body repairs every cell damaged during the day. Poor sleep slows this repair. When you're younger, lack of sleep is just annoying. After 40, it's destructive. Poor sleep increases inflammation, increases stress hormones, increases cravings, increases weight, and decreases mobility. When sleep improves, everything improves. Your body becomes lighter, your digestion becomes smoother, and your mind becomes calmer. Fifth is chronic minor dehydration. After 35, your body does not retain water the same way. Mild dehydration becomes more common, and dehydration increases inflammation. Even a 1 to 2% drop in hydration can affect your joints, your energy, your focus, and your digestion. Most people walk around dehydrated without even realizing it. So your body is dealing with a combination of stress, poor sleep, processed food, inactivity, and mild dehydration, all of which build inflammation over time. But here's the part most people never hear. Inflammation can be reversed at any age. Your body's incredibly adaptable. If you remove even a few sources of inflammation, your system begins healing in ways you can feel. Stiffness begins to fade, energy becomes steady again, breathing feels easier, pain becomes quieter, your joints move more smoothly, your mind feels clearer. This isn't magic, this is biology working the way it's meant to. The next challenge is understanding which habits actually matter most. A lot of people try random diets, supplements, or intense workout routines that don't match the needs of a 40-plus body. Most of these fail, not because the person is weak, but because the approach is wrong. A body over 40 needs gentle consistency, not shock and chaos. It needs nourishment, not starvation. It needs restorative movement, not punishment. It needs calm routines, not extreme hacks. Your body loves habits that are sustainable, habits that are doable even on busy days, habits that help your system relax, reduce inflammation, and restore balance. When you give your body these habits, your internal chemistry changes. Your stress hormones settle, your blood sugar becomes more stable, your digestion smooths out, your muscles loosen, your joints feel supported, and this creates the feeling that you've turned back the clock. In the next section of this script, we'll break down specific steps to undo inflammation, foods to add, habits to remove, exercises that reduce pressure, routines that calm your nervous system, and daily practices that can help you reverse years of hidden stress. These steps are simple enough for anyone in the 35 to 60 age range, even if they're busy or haven't been active for years. You'll learn exactly how to support your body in a way that feels energizing, sustainable, and realistic for everyday life. Now let's begin breaking down the practical, simple steps that truly help reverse inflammation and reduce the damage that builds up after 40. Think of this as building a foundation, not for extreme changes, not for perfection, but for long-term results that fit naturally into your day. Your body doesn't need dramatic actions, it needs steady direction, and even the smallest steps done daily can create powerful shifts. One of the most effective changes you can make is adjusting the way you eat, not by following strict diets, but by adding foods that naturally calm inflammation. Your body loves foods that are simple, whole, and rich in natural nutrients. These are foods your cells recognize instantly. They don't cause confusion. They don't trigger alarms. They help you heal. Start by adding more fruits, vegetables, beans, leafy greens, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and lean proteins. Even adding just one anti-inflammatory food each day creates noticeable results within weeks. Focus especially on foods that reduce inflammation naturally. Berries, leafy greens, avocados, nuts, salmon, olive oil, turmeric, ginger, and green tea are powerful helpers. You don't need to eat all of them. Pick 2 or 3 you enjoy and make them part of your routine. These foods help calm the nervous system, support the joints, stabilize blood sugar, and reduce the pressure your body feels from everyday stress. You can also start reducing processed foods slowly. No need for an overnight change. If you're used to fast food or packaged snacks, simply cut one of them out. Replace 1 soda a day with water. Replace 1 fried meal a week with something lighter. Replace 1 sugary snack with a piece of fruit or nuts. Small changes reduce inflammation without creating overwhelm. This is how adults over 40 succeed, by building steady habits that last. Another powerful step is movement, but not the high-intensity workouts you often see online. People in their 40s and 50s don't need workouts that leave them exhausted or hurting. What your body needs is restorative movement, gentle, consistent, and designed to support your joints and muscles. The best movements for reversing inflammation are walking, stretching, mobility exercises, low-impact strength training, and simple core work. 10 minutes a day is enough to begin reversing years of stiffness. Start with movements that open your hips, loosen your spine, stretch your hamstrings, and strengthen your core. These areas carry the most load during the day, which is why they trigger inflammation when they get tight or weak. A simple routine like 5 minutes of hip openers, 3 minutes of spinal mobility, and 2 minutes of deep breathing can dramatically reduce stiffness. Your joints will feel lighter, your back will feel supported, and your circulation will improve. Breathing is one of the most underestimated tools against inflammation. Most adults breathe shallowly, especially during stress. Shallow breathing keeps your body in alert mode, which raises inflammation without you noticing it. But when you breathe deeply, slow belly breaths that expand your ribs, your body switches into a healing state. Deep breathing reduces stress hormones, releases tension in the muscles, improves digestion, and helps you sleep better. Try taking 5 slow breaths whenever you feel overwhelmed. It works faster than you think. Speaking of sleep, improving sleep quality is one of the most direct ways to reduce inflammation. When you sleep deeply, your body repairs damaged cells, flushes out toxins, regulates hormones, and resets your mind. Adults over 40 often struggle with sleep because of stress, late meals, screens, or irregular routines. You can begin improving your sleep simply by doing 3 things: avoiding screens an hour before bed, eating your last meal earlier in the evening, and keeping your bedroom cool and dark. Your sleep will become deeper and more restorative. Hydration is another simple but powerful step. Even mild dehydration increases inflammation and makes joints feel stiff. Many people over 40 think they're drinking enough water, but they're not. Try drinking a glass of water right after waking up and another before each meal. This alone helps digestion, reduces headaches, improves skin, and lowers inflammation. Your joints will feel smoother and your muscles will feel less tight when your body is properly hydrated. Another important habit is reducing unnecessary stress. This doesn't mean eliminating responsibilities. It simply means giving your body brief moments of calm throughout the day. Stress hits harder after 40 and the recovery window becomes smaller. Try adding micro moments of relaxation, a slow breath, a short walk, stepping outside for fresh air, listening to a calming sound, or stretching your shoulders for 20 seconds. These tiny breaks reset your system. Over time, they rebuild calm inside your body and reduce inflammation dramatically. Also remember that inflammation increases when you ignore signals from your body. If you feel stiff, move. If you feel tired, rest. If you feel overwhelmed, breathe. If a certain food doesn't make you feel good, reduce it. If a certain habit drains you, change it. Listening to your body is the most powerful anti-inflammatory tool you have, because your body always communicates what it needs. Most people just don't hear it. All these simple habits work together. You don't need to master all of them. Start with 2 or 3. Maybe you begin with drinking more water, walking daily, and eating 1 anti-inflammatory food. Maybe you start with better sleep and gentle stretching. Maybe you begin with breathing exercises and cutting 1 unhealthy food. It doesn't matter where you begin. What matters is that the habits are consistent. Consistency is what reduces inflammation. Consistency is what builds change. And consistency is how you begin reversing years of hidden damage. In the next part, we'll break down a full step-by-step lifestyle plan you can start today, even if you're busy, even if you haven't exercised in years, and even if you feel overwhelmed by health advice. This simple plan will help you reduce inflammation smoothly and naturally, without pressure or complicated routines. Now let's put everything together into a simple, step-by-step lifestyle plan you can follow without feeling overwhelmed. Think of this as a gentle roadmap, something realistic, something flexible, and something that fits naturally into the life of a busy adult between 35 and 60. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is to give your body enough support each day so inflammation slowly melts away. You're not trying to force change, you're guiding your body back into balance. Start with your mornings, because morning habits shape the rest of your day. When you wake up, your body is dehydrated, your muscles are stiff, and your nervous system is still adjusting. Drinking a glass of water right after waking up helps reactivate your metabolism, flushes out toxins, and reduces morning inflammation. It signals your body that repair mode is over and the day has begun. Follow that with 2 minutes of gentle stretching. Nothing intense, just enough to wake up your joints. Stretch your hips, your back, and your shoulders. These areas hold the most tension, especially as you age, and unlocking them early sets the tone for a smoother day. Breakfast should be simple and calm. Choose foods that don't spike your blood sugar. A stable morning blood sugar level reduces inflammation for the entire day. Something like oats, eggs, berries, yogurt, nuts, or a whole food smoothie works beautifully. You don't need a complicated meal, just something your body can process easily. When your first meal is stable and nourishing, it becomes easier to avoid cravings later. During your day, the most important thing is to avoid long periods of stillness. Inactivity is one of the biggest causes of inflammation for people over 40. If you sit for long hours at work, set a reminder to stand or stretch every 45 minutes. Even 30 seconds of movement can reduce stiffness and improve circulation. Think of this as pressing a reset button on your body throughout the day. You don't need a gym, you just need tiny bursts of mobility. Your food choices during the day matter as well, but they don't need to be complicated. Try to include one anti-inflammatory food in at least 2 meals. Maybe it's a handful of nuts, a side of greens, a piece of fruit, or a drizzle of olive oil. Every little addition counts. When you consistently add good foods, your cravings for unhealthy foods naturally drop. You'll notice you feel less tired after meals and more stable in your mood in the middle of your day. Take a few slow breaths whenever you feel overwhelmed. Breathing deeply for just 30 seconds centers your nervous system and lowers stress levels. This lowers inflammation instantly. Your body listens to your breath, and when your breath slows down, your stress response quiets down too. Think of this as giving your mind a break without stopping your day. As the afternoon ends and your evening begins, this is the time your body prepares for recovery. What you do in the evening determines how deeply you sleep and how well your body repairs itself. This is why evening habits are crucial for anyone over 40. Try to eat your final meal 2 to 3 hours before bed so your body isn't working hard on digestion when it should be healing. If you eat too late, your inflammation rises overnight and you wake up tired and stiff. Before bed, take a few minutes to unwind. You can stretch gently, dim the lights, listen to calm sounds, or simply sit quietly. These small actions signal your body that it's safe to enter repair mode. Avoid screens for at least 30 minutes before sleeping. Screens confuse your body's natural rhythm and make it harder for you to fall into deep sleep. When you sleep deeply, your inflammation drops significantly. When you sleep poorly, inflammation rises. Sleep is your body's most powerful recovery tool. Now let's talk about daily movement. The best movement for inflammation is not intense, not stressful, and not extreme. It's consistent. A 10 to 15 minute walk each day reduces inflammation quickly because it improves circulation, supports your joints, and lowers stress. If you can walk outdoors, even better, because fresh air and natural light calm your mind. Pair this with a simple mobility routine, just 5 minutes of hip circles, back rotations, shoulder rolls, and hamstring stretches. These movements counteract the effects of sitting and restore balance to your muscles and joints. You can also add a little strength training 2 or 3 times a week. You don't need heavy weights. Body weight exercises like squats, wall sits, glute bridges, simple push-ups, or resistance band movements help strengthen your muscles, which in turn reduces pressure on your joints. When your muscles support you better, inflammation decreases naturally because your joints no longer have to carry all the load. Another habit that helps reverse inflammation is reducing processed foods slowly but consistently. Instead of eliminating everything at once, choose one food you want to cut back on, maybe sugary drinks, fast food, chips, or pastries. Replace it with something better that you actually enjoy. Over time, your taste preferences shift and your body learns to crave what makes it feel good. You don't need discipline, you just need consistency. Your emotional health also plays a role. Stress, frustration, and constant worry increase inflammation. You don't need hours of meditation to fix this. What helps most is taking small breaks to breathe, relax your shoulders, and slow your thoughts. Talk kindly to yourself. Give yourself credit for trying. Life becomes lighter when you stop fighting yourself internally. When your mind softens, your body follows. By following these steps gently and consistently, you begin to undo inflammation, not by force, but by balance. You're not trying to achieve a perfect lifestyle. You're simply giving your body better input so it can do what it naturally wants to do: heal, repair, and restore. Within weeks, you'll feel a smoother body, a clearer mind, and more consistent energy. Within months, you'll feel stronger and lighter. And over time, it will feel like you've reversed years of hidden damage simply by living in a calmer, kinder, more supportive way. Now that you have a clear understanding of the habits that reduce inflammation and support healing, let's talk about the do's and don'ts that make the biggest difference for adults between 35 and 60. These are the guiding principles that help you stay consistent and avoid the mistakes that secretly slow your progress. Remember, reversing inflammation is not about doing everything perfectly. It's about avoiding the traps that push your body back into stress and giving yourself the best chance to feel younger, lighter, and stronger each day. One of the most important things to do is listen to your body. Many people in midlife push through pain, push through fatigue, push through emotional stress, and ignore the signals their body sends. When your body whispers, respond. When your joints feel tight, give them movement. When your mind feels heavy, slow your breath. When your stomach feels upset after a certain food, reduce it. These small adjustments help calm inflammation before it grows. Listening to your body is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory tools you have. Another important do is to simplify your routines. People often believe they need complicated meal plans, extreme workouts, or strict diets, but most of these create more stress than benefit. Keep things simple. Choose whole foods. Move intentionally each day. Drink plenty of water. Prioritize sleep. Breathe deeply. These simple habits are the foundation of a low inflammation lifestyle. When you keep things simple, you stay consistent, and consistency is what produces long-term change. Now let's talk about the don'ts. One major don't is skipping sleep or sacrificing rest to get more done. Adults in the 35 to 60 age range often try to squeeze productivity into every hour, but lack of sleep is one of the fastest ways to raise inflammation. When you cut back on sleep, your body shifts into survival mode. That mode triggers cravings, stiffness, irritability, and slower metabolism. Protect your sleep like you protect your health, because the truth is, they are the same thing. Another don't is relying on processed foods for convenience. You don't need to quit them completely, but reducing them slowly helps your body reset. Processed foods create spikes in blood sugar and stress your digestive system, especially after 40. Every time you choose something more natural, you support your body's healing process. Even if it's just swapping one snack a day, you're moving in the right direction. Also, avoid staying still for long periods. Sitting for hours tightens your hips, weakens your core, slows your circulation, and increases inflammation. Even short breaks every hour make a huge difference. Movement is medicine for a body over 40. You don't have to exercise intensely, just don't remain frozen in one position for too long. Another don't is letting stress build without release. If you're constantly tense, anxious, or overwhelmed, inflammation rises. Find small ways to decompress. A few deep breaths, a short walk, a quiet moment alone. These little pauses reset your nervous system and prevent stress from turning into physical symptoms. Now let's move into something even more practical, an example of a daily routine you can follow. This routine is simple, flexible, and designed specifically for adults between 35 and 60. You don't need any equipment or special tools. You only need a few minutes and the willingness to take care of your body gently. Start your morning with a glass of water. It wakes up your system and reduces morning inflammation. Follow it with a few minutes of gentle stretching to open your hips, loosen your back, and relax your shoulders. Eat a breakfast that keeps your blood sugar steady: oats, yogurt, eggs, berries, whole grains, or nuts. Keep the portions simple and satisfying. During the day, take short movement breaks. Stand up, stretch, roll your shoulders, or walk for a minute. Drink water throughout the day. With each meal, add one anti-inflammatory food, maybe a handful of nuts, some greens, a piece of fruit, or a drizzle of olive oil. Take slow breaths when you feel overwhelmed. Allow your mind to settle regularly instead of letting tension build. In the evening, give your body a moment to unwind. Eat dinner earlier when possible. Stretch softly or go for a gentle walk. Lower the lights. Reduce screen time before bed. Let your mind disconnect from the rush of the day. When you follow this kind of calming routine, your body sleeps more deeply, repairs more effectively, and wakes up lighter and more energized. A routine like this may seem simple, but simplicity is exactly what works for adults in the 35 to 60 age range. Complexity creates stress, and stress fuels inflammation. Gentle consistency creates healing, and healing is what helps you reverse years of hidden damage. Over time, these small habits rebuild your strength, improve your mobility, calm your mind, and restore your energy. Before we end, here is something important to remember. Your body is not working against you. It is always working for you. Even when you feel tired, stiff, sore, or inflamed, your body is trying its best with what it has. When you give it better inputs, better food, better rest, better movement, better breathing, better kindness, it responds quickly. It wants to heal. It wants to restore. It wants to support you as you age. You don't need extreme programs or perfect discipline. You only need patience and consistency. Day by day, your body will feel lighter. Week by week, your inflammation will drop. Month by month, you will feel younger than you have in years. And this journey, even though it starts small, can completely transform how you age. If you're between 35 and 60, now is the perfect time to take control of your health. You are not too late. You are not behind. You are entering a powerful stage of life where small changes bring big results. Your body is ready to support you. It just needs a chance. If you found this helpful and want more guidance on aging healthier, feeling better, and restoring your energy, make sure to like this video, leave a comment, and follow for more content designed for real people in real midlife. Your journey to a calmer, stronger, younger feeling body starts today, and I'm here to help you every step of the way.